We all love testing new AI tools, but what happens when you put two giants head to head? Today I'm comparing Grok-4 and GPT-5 not just on speed but on how they think, how they talk, how creative they get, and even how they handle real-time info. And trust me, the results are not what you expect. Let's begin. First test. I want to see how both GPT-5 and Grok-4 think. Let's ask them about the global price of coffee. Here is what they said. Grok-4 gave me a short answer. 3 quick points: bad weather in Brazil and Vietnam, problems with shipping, and more people in Asia drinking coffee. Simple and fast. GPT-5 gave me a much longer answer. It explained each reason in detail, gave numbers, talked about new taxes on coffee, and even made a small table to summarize. It also showed links to where it got the facts. The difference is clear. Grok 4 is like a friend giving you the short version. GPT 5 is like a teacher giving you the full lesson. Next test. Can they tell me what people on social media are saying right now about the latest iPhone? Let's ask them about social media reactions. Grok 4 gave me a long balanced report. It talked about the iPhone 16 and 16e, what people like: good battery, nice cameras, smooth performance. It also told me what people don't like: boring updates, software bugs, high prices. And it even mentioned that some people are waiting for the iPhone 17. GPT-5 gave me more of a breaking news style update. It talked about leaks of the iPhone 17 Pro, a new bright orange color, and people complaining about the new liquid glass design in iOS 26. It felt like live coverage from tech news sites. So the difference: Grok 4 is like a review from people who have been using the phone for months. GPT-5 is like a news reporter telling you what's happening right now. Alright, now let's test how well they can think through a problem. Let's ask them this probability puzzle. Grok 4 jumped into full math mode, talking about probabilities, adding up all the boxes, and using formulas. It ended up with the answer 1 out of 6. GPT-5 took a slower, simpler route. It counted the balls, explained step by step, and made it clear that having 5 boxes doesn't change the answer since they are all the same. It also said the answer is 1 out of 6, but without the heavy math. So the difference: Grok 4 is like a math teacher who shows you the formula. GPT-5 is like a friend who explains it in plain language. Alright, now let's see how they can handle a little coding but with a twist of fun. Let's ask them for a Python program with a creative twist. Grok 4 gave a program that works well. It asks for your birthday month and day separately, checks the date, and then gives different fun messages depending on how many days are left. It even has special messages for tomorrow, for your birthday week, and for big countdowns. It's detailed, but the code is a bit longer and more technical. GPT-5 also solved it easily but kept it shorter and cleaner. It asked for the date in one line, day and month together, and gave fewer but more polished messages. It even added a joke in the birthday message and offered to make it more creative with random funny lines if you wanted. So the difference here: Grok 4 gives more variations but in a more programmer style. GPT-5 keeps it simple, fun, and a little witty. Next, we wanted to see how creative they could get visually. Let's ask them for a coffee shop image. Grok 4 delivered the image almost instantly. The scene matched the request, but the details were fairly straightforward. A nice vibe, but without much extra depth or atmosphere. GPT-5 took longer, but the result felt richer. The rain on the windows looked more natural, the lightning felt warm and layered, and the steam from the cups had a realistic, almost cinematic quality. It felt like you could hear the rain outside and smell the coffee. So the difference here: Grok 4 is lightning fast and gets the concept right. GPT-5 takes its time but produces something more immersive and detailed. Now let's see how they talk when we ask them to sound casual. Let's ask them for pros and cons casually. Grok 4 gave me a long, chatty answer. It really felt like someone telling me a story. It went into a lot of detail. The good parts like no commute, comfy clothes, and more free time. But also the bad parts like feeling lonely, getting distracted, and working too much. It took its time to explain each point. GPT-5 was quicker, it still felt friendly, but it was more direct, listing the pros and cons clearly. It kept the points short and snappy. It even offered to share funny work from home fields at the end. So the difference, Grok-4 is like a friend who talks for 10 minutes over coffee. GPT-5 is like a friend who gives you the quick version in 2 minutes. So after all these tests, here is what I found. GPT-5 was faster in almost every task, from reasoning to coding to answering in real time. The only place Grok-4 beat it in speed was image generation, where it was lightning quick. Style-wise, Grok often gives more detailed or chatty answers, while GPT-5 keeps things cleaner, more direct, and sometimes more polished. In the end, the better one depends on what you need. Grok-4 takes a bit more time, but it gives clear and detailed answers, while GPT-5 is faster, concise, and delivers information focused exactly on your query. However, when it came to generating images, GPT-5 was actually slower than Grok-4. Which one would you pick? Tell me in the comments. And if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I have got more AI tool battles coming up, and you won't want to miss them.